And South Africa has marked a milestone in infrastructure development with the establishment of Africa's first jewellery manufacturing precinct as part of the OR Tambo International Airport development. So this precinct aims to bolster the manufacturing of minerals extracted in South Africa into finished products for global consumption. Also, it's to resuscitate the jewellery and diamond industry, moreover, intended to create job opportunities. We find out how employment opportunities will be created in the minerals industry that has seen a significant decline for more than 2 decades now. We're joined by Tasneem Motara, who is the Gauteng MEC for Economic Development. MEC Motara, a very good morning to you. Thanks indeed for your time. Talk us through, this great initiative and how this plans to bolster efforts, in particular when we're talking about jewellery makers.
Morning. Yes, thank you so much. I think, of course, while the core of it, or the majority of it, is to support jewellery making, it is about beneficiation and beneficiation for export. So we're looking at value-added manufacturing for some of it, the local market, but majority of it for the global market. How is it benefiting and how is it helping? I think it's about manufacturing. And we know that if we manufacture locally, and when I say manufacture, I mean definitely manufacture, not assemble. So we're not importing a whole host of products and just putting them together, exporting them. Manufacturing, taking raw product, value add, you're creating jobs in the entire value chain. You're supporting the logistics industry. You are supporting the skills development. You are supporting new skills, but also you resuscitating what was a manufacturing hub, which is the Eastern Corridor of our province. And we believe that it's making us globally competitive, which is exactly where we want to place Gauteng.
And this is great for emerging jewellery makers, isn't it? Because it does provide an opportunity for them, to showcase, what we're capable of. And as you indicate, have this taken to the international market.
Yes, definitely. So it's exposing those who ordinarily wouldn't have had an opportunity to be exposed to this market here in South Africa. There is new skills being developed. Like I said, how do you beneficiate gold, diamond, silver, platinum? How do you turn it into a final product that could be sold internationally for huge amounts of money, as we know. South Africa comes from a history of just exporting its raw product, as is other countries add value to it, manufacture it to good, very, very high-end products. We actually buy them back. Very, very expensive from what we would have sold the raw product for, of course. And now, like I said, is creating value in the entire value chain. All types of skills, from understanding just, artisanal skills, technical skills, high-end skills, the sale and how the commodities market works. How do you trade in diamonds? How do you trade in commodities? So how to run a very successful business on a global platform. We have dedicated support for SMMEs at the park, but we also have dedicated support for SMMEs through the very big companies that have also invested in the park. Some of them international, some of them partnering with local companies, South African based. But for us, it's really exploiting what is our natural resource to the very end, where we can get huge amounts of value from that and grow our GDP in real terms.
Yeah, I was about to ask who the investors are, and what guarantees for returns do we have? Given or considering our sometimes unfavorable economic atmosphere.
So, when you're trading on, especially with commodities, when you're trading globally, some of it is actually very favorable for you to manufacture in South Africa and trade globally, because you're exchanging your final product either in dollars or in euros or in pounds. So what you get in return is it's much larger than what you would have if you manufactured in South Africa and just sold for South Africa. Of course, I can't speak about what we're doing there without addressing some of the challenges, for instance, like the energy challenges. So these are manufacturers that need to be operational, some of them 24 hours. We as government are co-investing. So, I think to attract investors, you have to also show what it is that you're putting on the table.
Yeah.
So we coming in also to say this is what we are contributing towards the energy issues. So how do we build a facility that is partially off-grid? How do we build a facility that is also self-sustainable and self-contained? And then other investors are willing to also put their money in to further invest to make themselves either off-grid. I think everybody is very conscious now about how you manufacture. Are you manufacturing in a very green, sustainable manner or not?
Yes.
So we've come to the party in that fashion. Going forward, building Precinct 2, we're also going to further invest more in making sure that the facility doesn't depend solely on the grid. It does have to have some electricity from the grid.
Correct.
But I think the guarantee is that, like I said, you've got government support backing it. We wouldn't, if we were not sure that the SEZ model works, and I think just interacting with some of the companies yesterday, they too confirmed that the SEZ model works. There's incentives from government. You get government support. You get dedicated government attention. I mean, in a facility such as that, and they've got their first foot in the door. We also sell that SEZ in terms of its location. High-end value-added products for the international market, a stone's throw away from the biggest inland cargo port that you have. That's at the OR Tambo International Airport.
Yes.
So the risks on security are much lower than if somebody, for instance, were manufacturing these products out of other provinces, long periods on the road to travel for them to get out of South Africa to global destinations. So it's that's the additional value that you are adding and providing for investors, and that's what makes it so attractive. And I believe they're there now and they're there to stay.
All right. So when we're likely to see this precinct fully operational?
So it is operational. Precinct 1 is fully operational. What we launched yesterday was the last tenants who have now taken occupancy. They are busy. Some of them are busy just with their own tenant installations. I think a few of them will be fully operational by June. But about 80% of it is operational, working. People are already seeing revenue. People are already trading. People are already exporting their product globally. Some as early as last year already. And like I say, they first, from the starting blocks, I believe they're there to stay. By June, it would be 100% fully operational. What we were demonstrating yesterday is that it is fully tenanted, so we have no space for new investors, unfortunately. We're now going to Precinct 2, where we're going on a roadshow looking for investors. Already, 2 of our current tenants and investors have committed to expand their operations, and they want to be in Precinct 2 to expand their operations. And I think if it was not for the success of the SEZ, they wouldn't have wanted to be or wouldn't have been interested in looking at further expansion and investment in the SEZ.